So I want to make sure I get your
Spelling and all
your name. No, I have everything. Just for the record, just tell me your name and title.
It's Marisol Marquez, and I'm an activist organizer actually with the Coalition for Justice for Trayvon Martin.
And is that related to Dream Defenders?
Yes, well in Tampa we have done Dream Defenders. I mostly do legalization for all type of activism, and I mean, this is not an isolated case. I think it has a lot to do with the color of our skin, unfortunately. And I mean, our black and brown communities haven't seen justice, so we're here to demand it.
And tell me your reaction when you heard the verdict.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I would like to say that I thought there was going to be justice, but unfortunately, when you grow up the way you do with continuous repression in your black and brown community, my parents are Mexican immigrants, it's not a surprise that the police is actually really attacking us in a way, and it's scary. I was terrified growing up in that kind of environment. They targeted my parents for being Mexican. They knew where we lived. We lived in the Mexican neighborhood, so I knew early on that it was something to be scared of. People like Zimmerman are something that you fear, that you're terrified of, because you know that they exist. And look, we saw him walk away completely free. Nothing was done to him, and I'm ashamed to say that I live in a country where someone like Zimmerman can actually commit straight up murder and then just walk away with no repercussion,
I just came from a rally, a Trayvon Martin rally in St. Petersburg, and the whole time I was there, I saw one police car drive by, and it just drove by because it was on its way somewhere. I'm looking across the street, I'm counting 8 police cars. I see bulletproof vests, heavily armed police. What's your reaction? Why do you think they're there?
I mean, I would love to say that they're here to protect us, but unfortunately, they came up to us immediately when we showed up, and they were like, oh, do you know how many people are going to be here, and are you all planning on being peaceful? It's like, well, the only actual violence that we ever see is actually coming from police officers in our communities. We're here to say we are tired of that. We are tired because we shouldn't be growing up in fear of people that are supposedly there to protect us. The justice system isn't on our side, and we're here to say that we've had enough, and we're here to demand that we want it to actually represent us.
They asked you if you were going to be peaceful. I've been in this park before. No cop has ever approached me and said, hey, when you're in this park, are you going to be peaceful? Why do you think they asked you?
I mean, look at us, we're not the perfect cookie cutter image of what a person that isn't black or brown is supposed to look like, right? And so, I mean, I'm Mexican, my parents were undocumented. I mean, it's not a surprise that I'm here and I'm not, white. And so, why do you come and attack us? It's because we're empowering our communities. We're saying that we can actually get up today and demand justice for the government that is supposed to represent us, and it's not.
Were you in Sanford last night when the verdict came down? Were you outside?
Yes.
What was that like?
That was something else. I was getting ready to be interviewed by Geraldo Rivera, and I thought it was interesting that right when I was supposed to get up there, the verdict was going to be called. So what did I do? I sided with my people, I sided with the actual community that was there, and I said, I want to be with the community to figure out what Zimmerman's actually going to be convicted of. And when he was convicted of nothing, I was like, this is completely terrible. He committed second-degree murder, which is what he should have gotten, and he didn't. It's embarrassing to know that someone like Zimmerman can go into a community, racially target and stalk, and then murder a young 17-year-old boy who was just getting iced tea and Skittles, It's embarrassing to know that after he did that, he gets to walk away, wash his hands of it, and act like it never happened. Well, it happened, and we're here to say that we are tired of it, and we will not stop until there is justice for us.
What's the next step? Are there any other protests planned either in Tampa or in Sanford?
Yes, when we were in Sanford and after it was the verdict was given, we said, you know what, we are here to say national protest, and we kept chanting it, national protest. And people in New York, people in Tallahassee, people in Utah, people in Milwaukee did that. They did that right after the verdict was given. They went out and demanded justice because that's what we want. And we're here to say that, all over the country it's going to continue because everyone knows that the justice system doesn't represent its people. We know that Zimmerman's and Trayvon were not an isolated case. This continues to happen to our communities. We're racially targeted. The racial oppression that we get, we're tired of it, and we want it to stop, but we also want it to actually represent us.
My last question is slipped my mind, so I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you so much.